Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us. This is Raven from Raven's Roost Studio, and I am your host, Death, and we are here today with the band Another Life. This is K.I., rhythm guitar and vocals, Stitches, lead guitar, M3K on the motherfucking bass, and here we have Lo on the drums. And we're here to ask the hard questions that no one else is asking, like castration or amputation. And we're going to find out what Another Life is all about.
All right, you guys. So, what does Another Life do for fun?
Well, thank you for asking. We like to give interviews, obviously.
Who doesn't?
It's a great way to meet people. I'd say mostly we spend our time planning for the future, which is a lot of fun if you have a good time doing it. It takes a lot of work to run a band. It takes a lot of work to make any kind of project happen. And when we have fun doing stuff like that, it makes work into play.
Yeah, we spend a lot of our time just really, most of our time together we spend it practicing or recording or mixing our songs or whatever, and we have a really good time doing that. So, yeah, that's what we do for fun.
Inquiring people want to know, have you ever eaten so much spicy food that a flaming shit came out your ass and into your pants?
Maybe.
Not into my pants, but I have had, one time I had the little Chick-fil-A spicy sandwich, and I know I shouldn't be eating Chick-fil-A, but yeah, I had that stuff, and yeah, it did hurt.
I had some jerk chicken in Jamaica, and that shit was pretty intense. So,
Yeah. American food is not really hot enough to make me do that.
So, who are your guys' biggest influences? Like, what bands or even painters, artists, like, who inspires you guys to do what you do?
I'd say we probably all love Trivium, In Flames, Avenged Sevenfold, As They Lay Dying, Killswitch Engage. Did I say that twice? In Flames, I could say that one all day long. We share those common classic metalcore influences. I also really love some of the progressive, technical, hardcore, gent experimental stuff like Veil of Maya and Polaris, Invent Animate. There's some really amazing stuff being created all over the metal spectrum, and really it comes down to quality. When you hear it, it doesn't matter who it is, you love it.
So, Lo, is it true you got your nickname for how low you go? I mean, I saw you step on your dick when you walked in.
No, actually, it's a much worse story. So I like birds a lot, so my original stage name was Swan. I thought that was a pretty cool, metal name, but these guys said it's not very metal. So then I was thinking of Duck. I thought Duck would be a really cool metal name. Like, that's going to get the mosh pit going and all that. And then some of my friends, they were like, what about Swallow? Swallow's a bird. And I was like, well, that's kind of inappropriate, so I'll just cut off like the first few letters and we'll just go by Lo. How about that? That's how we got that.
that's really good.
So, when did you guys start playing music? Like, not just together, but like, when did you first discover music and start playing music?
So, when I was in middle school, I had to choose an elective in the 6th grade, and I chose band. And when I got to band, I started playing the trumpet, and my band teacher pulled out a tuba out of the closet. And if you've never seen a tuba, it's the big old honky thing. And so I played a tuba for a while, did marching band in high school, and then my buddy Joe and I, we got bored, and then we started a rock band. And I played the bass, so it kind of just fit right in.
Same exact story. School band is amazing.
You too?
I've always been I think Guitar Hero was like my influence, and then my dad got me into the old hair metal scene, and then my dad got me a, plastic Epiphone, a really cheap Epiphone, a really cheap amp, and then I've been jamming or been playing since I was about 13, and it's been an outlet for me ever since then.
Yeah, I started playing, I think, in the 3rd grade when they like forced us to play the recorder.
Oh god, that's metal.
Yeah.
Most metal thing I've seen is a bunch of 3rd graders with recorders. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I think that's when everybody like plays their. If they haven't played by that time, they're kind of forced to because you have to for class. Like you can't just say "F school" and run away.
Some do.
Yeah. But then.
It's not maybe in 3rd grade. Maybe they wait till high school.
Yeah, it's a little bit too early. But then I started playing the oboe in the school band, and then around middle school I started playing the drums, and I've just been playing drums ever since.
I know what the oboe is. I played the oboe. You played the
You
fucking
played the
oboe?
Hell yeah!
In 5th grade?
awesome.
I'm not gonna fist bump you for that. No. What were you doing playing? You were in like 6th grade. Oh my god, that is brutal. Your
Yeah, I played
parents are
oboe in the
saints. I kid you not. Your parents are fucking saints.
I thought at first they were like, "What's the oboe?" I'm like, kind of like,
Have you ever been kicked in the nuts so hard you pissed yourself?
I've been kicked in the nuts where it left a fucking scar. Yeah.
Whoa.
Can we see
Just
it?
having a really, really like back in my karate days when I used to do martial arts, a fucking big, long, maybe like 6'3" fucking girl just kicks me right in my nuts, and I'm like looking at my fucking penis, saying like, where did that scar come from? So
Didn't I
pretty
say-
brutal when that shit happens. Yeah.
You gotta show us that scar sometime.
Not on
Alright,
YouTube.
yeah.
No nudity on
Boys,
YouTube. No nudity.
Getting black.
We can talk about nudity, but we can't show nudity on YouTube.
Yeah.
probably a good idea.
I've never
Yeah.
been kicked in the sack. You guys?
Almost.
A couple times, Usually pretty careful about not letting that happen.
Most men tend to be. So, when was your guys' band formed? I know you're relatively new, but like, when were you all brought together and you said, let's do this thing?
I guess it all started in April, 10 months ago when I met Arian. We started jamming together. I think I'd written most of Identify at that point, and then we got together and just started jamming and writing more songs. Tried to find a couple people, nothing really got any traction, and then I just met Brennan and Morgan like back to back, and everything just clicked. And we've only really been playing together as a band for 4 or 5 months now, and already things are just really starting to lock together, and we're super excited to see where we're at with our 1-year anniversary this April.
We definitely love when a band comes together.
Stitches, is it true that you have a master's degree in debating and have almost put your own eye out a time or two?
That's a really interesting question, but no, I don't really have a master in debating. But I do have a mouth, and I will not take no shit. So if you want to debate on something, I will fucking debate you on it. But I don't have a master's degree on it.
I think it just.
Oh, I'm sorry, that must be another Stitches.
He will suck his own dick.
I had a friend who used to do that. He's a
Hey,
good guy.
was his name Stitches? No?
So, do you guys have any shows coming up? Like, what's in the docket for you guys?
Oh yeah.
Sharing to the world yet?
We can't really officially announce anything yet, but start
Yeah.
looking for
Foreshadow
us.
some
Yeah,
stuff for
April is
everybody.
when it's all beginning. The EP drops. We're having our first show. We have pre-orders available on iTunes and Spotify. But April is when we are really going to break out into the music scene. We're going to have a coming out party. We're going to have a coming in party. And we're also going to be dropping our new single, Damon, all in April. So keep watching our social media for that.
Sweet. I'm definitely going to be looking forward to that.
And we're actually releasing our first single a week from tomorrow. Saturday, February 8th is when our first single Identify is going to hit all the streaming services. So check out our social media, and we got all that coming up.
Another Life on all the social medias.
Yeah.
KI, are you concerned about the potential of getting torn apart by women at your upcoming show? And if you do, can I have the t-shirt you're wearing?
Absolutely. It's a very real concern. In fact, 9 out of 10 rock stars die from mob dismemberment. I have to take a lot of serious precautions. I have a securities team. In fact, Morgan is highly trained in all kinds of hand-to-hand combat. I make sure that I follow him wherever he goes so that I can be protected like that. Also, I make sure to say really stupid shit whenever I open my mouth, which is pretty good at repelling the females and keeping my space.
Makes my job easy, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting to see these women at the metal show. Usually I go to the metal show and it's just like a bunch of men. And,
Well, that's because I'm too short. You can't see me there anyway, so don't blame me there.
It is a lot of big dudes, that's for real.
So, what, hold on, sorry. What kind of genre and style would you guys say that your music is? Like, if you were to crawl into a niche, where would you fall?
I would say it's a pretty standard metalcore, maybe with a few more alternative and punk elements than what is nowadays called metalcore. It's kind of more of a classic definition, more punk leaning. But we really like to focus on having interesting melodies as well as really intense rhythms and, of course, gnarly breakdowns.
Always.
Always.
Can't have metal without the breakdowns.
I heard you guys flying in. Did it take you a long time to learn to sync your helicopters? And how does that work with your equipment? Do you have a cargo area you clamp to your nipples?
Yeah, every nipple has a cargo hook and you just like strap it on and you whirl away. So if that makes sense.
It's really important to keep
Yeah.
it balanced. It's just really hard to fly without good balance.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's the hip motion, too, that's important.
Oh yeah. Total.
All in the hips.
All the torque control. Perfect stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Well, with that interesting nugget, do you guys have like a special process that you use to make your songs? Like, give us an inside scoop of behind the scenes of making your guys' music.
Well, I think right now we have a really good dynamic of coming together and jamming to make cool stuff, but that's not really how we've been writing our music. We've been having individual inspirations and developing those ideas, bringing them to the group, and then jamming it. And I think that the best way that I've found to write music is to have this give and take where you're going back and forth with an idea and with inspiration. You're not trying to get locked into something. You have something you want to go for, and then you open yourself up to the inspiration. So we've kind of been doing that with the band, where some person will come and be like, I have this idea, I really like this, and then we'll gather all this inspiration and kind of bring it back. And there's this dialogue that emerges between the art and the artist. And when we work on writing songs, we are really working on how to like speak to each other musically and how to talk to that specific feeling or sensation or whatever that we're trying to evoke with the music. It really comes down to just feeling it out and putting a lot of time into feeling every little piece of it to make sure it feels good.
Some deep shit.
Yeah.
So I have to know, when sinking your helicopters, what does that look like? Do you just lock arms in a circle and swing your dicks around? And what happens when two tips collide?
So when two tips collide, it just gets very sticky. Yeah.
Is that when the beams cross?
Yeah, you get full beam contraction and it just, erupts at that point.
It's less efficient, but it's also less messy if you just face outward in the circle.
Yeah.
You don't really get to have the eye contact, but your butts can touch, which is nice. And then there's no chance of crossing. It's a little more stable too, just not as fast.
It's kind of like a drone. You just.
Yeah.
The other way that could work is, like, have you guys all seen The Human Centipede? Like, you don't all have to be facing the same the same way, I guess. You could, I mean, different, all connect like a centipede and
Yeah,
Cube
all
shape.
kinds of configurations.
And you keep the tips horizontal with centripetal acceleration. You know, the more you spin, the more horizontal it stays.
So I know you're keeping a lot of the music stuff on the down low, but do you guys have like a favorite song that you're really looking forward to releasing or anything like that? Like,
Well, I'm really excited for this new one we've been working on called Persephone. It's kind of a modern take on the ancient Greek myth of Hades and Persephone, how he abducts her. She's the son of Zeus, or I'm sorry, the daughter of Zeus. And Zeus basically is like, yo, bro, you like my daughter? Just fine, you can have her. And so he comes up and fucking takes her to the underworld and forces her to marry him. And at first she hates him and she hates it and she hates the underworld, but she adapts. She learns to survive. She makes it her domain. She becomes the queen. And eventually she is able to break free of Hades' power and return to the surface for a certain time period out of the year. And so this story is really about transformation and growth. And it has changed a lot since we started working on it. And it's been kind of a sleeper hit for us. We're really excited for it. Sounds good.
looking forward to it. Any songs that you guys hold special to you or?
I like Identify, and especially for what the song actually stands for. And I think CJ puts it really well in the sense that everybody's got demons within them, or something that we consider a demon, and energy is something that you can use for positive or negative reasons. And I think what the song encapsulates is, hey, you could have inner demons, but you could turn it into something that can really drive you instead of holding you back in life. And I think that's really important, because there isn't a single person in the world that you see people posting their perfect lives on social media, but everybody's got problems. But what do you do with those
always
problems?
another
Right?
life.
Exactly. And what do you do with that problem? Do you make it work for you or not? So I like that song.
Sweet.
If you were camping as a band and the singer K.I. wandered off to take a leak and came back with the poisonous bite, do you A, suck the venom out, or B, leave his ass for dead in the desert?
B.
Well, that was instant. You're toast.
But I
like
guess
a-
we need A so we can keep him alive in the band.
You just draw straws at that point,
Depends on where the bite's located.
Yeah, I was thinking that. Where's the bite located? If it's in the dick, then Lo will have to suck out because
Well, you're the dick sucking specialist.
you go low, so it's not really my
That's
job
true.
on that.
You don't swallow, so
Yeah.
you can spit it out.
Yeah, I
that's
guess.
true.
See, I would use a bed mattress blower and reverse it, and that would be more efficient.
I think
See, he's the smart one because he's
Consider
a big
yourself
boy
safe.
brain.
if it's in his
Dang.
member, I think the what we would have to do at that point, and I'm not a medical professional, but you don't want it to spread. Then just cut it off right there.
Yeah.
Keep it from spreading.
Amputation.
Duct tape
Amputated.
and
They'll definitely
Yeah.
keep the ladies away.
Yeah, it'll be hard to play guitar without my penis.
I think most women do it just fine.
Oh, shit.
damn. That was the best thing I heard all night.
M3K. What's the odds that you will be beating the bass with your dick at the upcoming show April 5th? And is that the same way you will get rid of the women who try to swarm you?
I mean, that's what slapping the bass is, right? That's what I thought.
Murder face. William Murder face.
100%.
It's gonna be
Always have
cool
a
if
nice
there's
back on hand.
women at one of our shows. That's gonna be
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I thought that was a standard, so I don't know.
At metal
Some
shows,
of our music is so fast he can't actually play the bass with just 2 fingers. He can't even play it with all 5 of his fingers. He needs a
they got his third arm.
sixth
Yeah.
digit.
Sure, that comes in handy in more ways than one.
Literally.
Comes in the handy all the time.
So do most men. So do most men. And the tummy, and the belly, and sometimes spacey. Just depends.
Sometimes you got no control.
So where does the band name Another Life come from? Like, what was the inspiration for the name?
I guess we were talking about the afterlife and talking about names, and we wanted to have something that talked about the afterlife, but we didn't really want to say anything concrete about that. We just want to be like, it's just another life. It's not like really like you die and then something. It's kind of like life becomes life. You eat life and then you become that life, or you die and you become the life for something else. And really, it's just life after life, another life, another life, another life. And we really liked that idea and wanted to evoke that, because this music is for all of us. I think a way to try to be more than just mortal, be more than just something that's going to die someday. We want to become an idea that lives on, and everything we do tries to speak to that.
It's pretty deep. A lot of bands that I see are just like, yeah, we came up with it when we were drunk and it sounded good.
Yeah.
A lot of things sound good.
Do you have any parting questions for our band?
Do you guys have a death wish?
Obviously.
It depends. What's that? Death wish.
Well, don't you ever self-destruct a little bit? Don't you ever like do something that you know is like
Man
a really
things,
bad
like climbing
idea?
a ladder where it's not steady.
Yeah.
Man things.
Yeah, because like a part of you wants to.
You stand on
Challenge
the edge of
yourself.
a cliff and you kind of want to
Yeah.
jump.
So,
yeah,
I
that's my
guess.
death wish.
I've always wanted to fall in an erupting volcano when I die and become one with the magma and become one with the rocks.
Cool.
Pretty damn metal.
That is metal.
I think it'd be a great way to die. Plus, one of my heroes in life, Anakin Skywalker, he something like that happened to him.
Are
Where
you
he
sure you
fell
don't
on the
mean
banks.
Frodo?
Frodo?
Yeah.
It's Frodo.
Frodo, he fucking threw into the volcano.
Oh, I haven't seen that movie.
Oh.
But Anakin gets his arms and legs cut off, and then he falls by the lava river and catches on fire. I think it'd be kind of cool like that, but I wouldn't want to live after that, so just fall in the lava and
Don't turn you into a cyborg.
Some Terminator shit. Bye.
yeah. You got something? When you're cutting hair, you ever worry about what if the scissors fell?
Right in your artery.
That's more like a death concern than a death wish.
You just make toast on the bathtub while you're taking a bath, you know?
Yep.
You know, I don't know. I always want to die, so sure, why not? But no, I don't think anything comes to mind. Probably just having my dick out and just die. There you go.
The great escape.
The great death, not the little death.
So, where can all the viewers and everybody else find you on social media? Like, where are you guys located? Instagram, Facebook? Where can we find you?
Yeah, all of the above. We have the same
Handle?
handle for all of them. It's ANL for Another Life, Band Official. So Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, we're on all of them. We even have a Snapchat if anybody wants to add us on that. We've got like 2 friends on there, so
Also find
Yeah.
us on Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, all of the streaming services.
Yeah.
yeah.
Sweet. So you guys are pretty widespread then.
Yep.
Always.
Yeah, we're on all the social media. So yeah, just go to any of them and we're talking about our new song on there. We got a cool video we're gonna drop tomorrow, and
All you need now is a TikTok.
Yeah.
well, we have a TikTok too. Yeah, actually. So
You're really moving.
yeah,
Keeping up with them kids.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta follow the vitality.
Always. It's the way of it. You do or you die. And we're good, yeah. Sorry to play Death's favorite game, Would You Rather. Take it away, Master Death.
Okay, so would you rather die from old age or drug overdose?
Drug overdose, for sure.
Old age.
Old age.
Old age.
Not me.
One rock star and a bunch of grandpas.
I've overdosed. It's scary. I wouldn't want to go out like that.
Hung or draw or hung or drawn and quartered. Sorry.
Death by hanging or drawn and quartered.
Hanging.
It's drawn and quartered.
It's where they fucking like cut you open and
No,
rip your
it's
limbs
where
apart.
they
pull
tie
you
each
apart, right?
limb to a different horse and you're in quartered.
I'd rather that. That'd be cool. There'd be more pieces of me at that point to like go back to my family, so my aunt could get a piece, and yeah.
I'll go
They
with
drag
Darian.
the body parts behind the horses too. If you really like did bad shit, just drag pieces of your corpse behind a
Dead at
horse
that
that's
point,
shitting. And
Well, you know,
Pretty
you
metal.
would still be alive because your limbs would come off, but it wouldn't do anything to like your organs.
you bleed
Yeah.
to death.
Yeah,
Bleed to death
well,
pretty
that's-
damn fast.
that'd
Yeah.
be a pretty
You go
cool
into
way to
shock
die.
and bleed and die.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I'll go with Darian on that. Yeah.
Drawn and quartered.
There are no good options there.
Wow.
Well, hanging is, break your neck and you're dead, what,
If you're lucky.
20 seconds later?
You're lucky. You weigh a lot.
Guillotine or locked in an Iron Maiden?
Iron Maiden, because I mean it's like my favorite metal ever. Also, you could survive. I mean, not guaranteed to die in an Iron Maiden, but guillotine it's over.
Yeah, Iron Maiden.
Iron Maiden's just a human juicer.
I think guillotine because I've always wanted to know like how long a person stays alive after they're decapitated and what they're still. I want to be like decapitated and then my head's rolling around. I want to look at the guy that pulled the lever and say like I'm coming after you and leave him with that. That's where you go out.
It's pretty metal.
It's like guillotine, pretty much. Yeah.
Be impelled in your keister out your mouth or have a bamboo grown through you slowly?
Whoa. You can do that?
We should start doing that. We should do that.
I want to grow
That'd be
grow a
great.
plant through my body. That's like body modification of the next level. Oh
Yeah,
man.
no kidding.
It's part of like becoming one with the earth.
That'd
Definitely
be
that.
cool as piercings.
Look, man, coming out of your eyes.
Bamboo, I guess. I don't know.
Say bamboo.
Because most men don't want anything to do with their ass.
It sounds really painful.
Yeah.
Skydive and have your parachute fell or thrown into a tree mulcher feet first alive?
Skydive.
I actually want to die that way. That's like my preferred death way is skydiving and just don't pull a parachute. Splat.
I think skydive. I do it in Grand Theft Auto sometimes, and it seems kind of cool. So
Wasted.
What was the second one?
Thrown into a tree mulcher feet first.
Oh, I don't know. I used to have dreams about like fear, like falling, and then just like waking up when I hit the ground. So that's a hard one. I'll say like probably tree in feet first, just because I hate heights and fear of falling. I think that comes from childhood. So
I'm afraid of heights too.
Choking on cat shit or drowning in sewage?
Those are shitty options.
drowning from sewage, I would say. Can't really. You can tell what's going to happen from cat shit, but drowning from sewage, I don't know. You could have like maybe a tasty burger still in there. So.
Or just a mouthful of condoms. Who knows?
Probably sewage, yeah.
Yeah, sewage, I guess.
I'm gonna go with cat shit on that one.
CJ really likes cats. So.
Yeah.
Torn apart by a tribe of sex-deprived women or skull-fucked to death in prison?
I think the first one for sure.
Yeah,
That's how I want to go out.
I've always wanted to get skull fucked. I mean, people are always offering to do it, but no one will ever follow through.
yeah, I'm with Brennan.
I think I'm with with you.
Let's take a dive.
It's 69. Sorry.
Let's stick a dynamite in your ass or eaten alive by insects.
You know, it's funny. I was watching my favorite show the other day, Beavis and Butthead, and he went to the hospital because put dynamite in his ass, and yeah. I'll show you guys the episode. Definitely that option.
Insects drive me nuts. So dynamite.
Yeah, dynamite.
I think that's the last one.
Yep.
Alright, is there any parting words from another life? You know, anything else you want to say to the people of YouTube and the people of the internet?
Enjoy it.
Just thank you guys for this opportunity. This has been a lot of fun, and check out our new single coming out on February 8th.
Yeah. Make sure to check us out on Facebook, Instagram, SoundCloud, and every platform out there. ANL Band Official.
Another life. Choose your sacrifice.
Arian.
No,
All right.
no, wait, why me?
All right. Come on.
No, guys, let's talk about this. Guys, what did I do?
Sorry,
Oh, I'm
man.
sorry.
We can always find another drummer.
I'm sorry. Ow.
You have been chosen as the another life sacrifice. Welcome to the afterlife.
No.
Well, wasn't that awesome? For a chance to win the Another Life giveaway and have the chance to win this one-of-a-kind Another Life t-shirt, all you have to do to enter is subscribe to the Death Production Studio YouTube channel, then share this video on Facebook with hashtag Deaths Underground so we know you entered. Thank you for watching Death's Underground Music Review. And if you or someone you know has a sense of humor and a band that might like to be on the show, then let us know in the comments below, and you could be entered to win the first annual Death's Underground Band of the Year Award. So please be sure to share the page and videos with your friends. Like and subscribe and hit that bell to know when we have new videos up to help us promote these underground musicians.
Yeah, so I'm really happy to be here. Meeting Death was really cool. Although, you know, I must say to meet the guy who gave Bill and Ted such a hard time was really, really rough for me. It was good to finally give him a piece of my mind. You know, just be easy on those guys in the sequel. I'd appreciate it.
Yeah, I don't really get what's with all this hate for death. I like death, honestly. Death's part of life. We live in a predatory universe. Gotta eat to live. And I do a lot of eating. So it's all right by me.
Well, meeting with Death was quite awesome. I met Johnny. He's quite funny, but I wish Death could get me, you know, fucking killed me first instead of him. But thanks, Death. You're a real dick.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a pretty good experience. Death was a little bit rude. He basically told me that our music sucked, and the only reason he had us here was they needed to get a video out for the month. But other than that, it was all right. So, yeah.